Find something real quick. I put on my meditation this morning. Yeah, it's the takeover, guys. They actually said it in plain. They're saying it in plain sight. They're saying it in plain sight. I mean, they're doing it in plain sight. Not saying it in plain sight, but I want you to hear J.D. Vance. Um, and what he says. This is if you don't understand or you not you don't really know your ABCs and one two threes that well, then you wouldn't understand what he said. I gotta find it. I'm gonna find it though. I'm good with this. Should be right around here somewhere, guys. From what Trump just said this morning, I mean he said it plainly. He said it plainly. One thing even the Republicans don't want to do is get rid of the filibuster. Now, once they do that, once they get rid of the filibuster, that means you can go over just the majority makes the law. But see, people are saying this is what they're saying. They're saying what would happen if the Democrats did the same thing. So what they're gonna do is this. From what Trump said this morning, he basically said, "Don't worry about it. We're gonna change the laws." Trump said this morning, "Don't worry about it. They need to get rid of the filibuster. That means right now you have to have 218 votes in the Senate to pass anything. If you get rid of the filibuster, that means just the majority, who's ever in the majority, just can pass any legislation they want without talking to the Democrats." And Trump said this morning he's ordering them right now to get rid of the filibuster. And this is his thing. Somebody's asked him, well, what would stop the Democrats from doing the same thing that you're doing when they get in office? Trump blatantly said, if you do what I'm telling you to do, they will never get in power again. You don't have to worry about that because a Democrat will never get in power again because we will just change every law for us. He said that on national TV about an hour ago. We will change every law for us. A Democrat will never get in power again if you just do what I'm telling you to do. That's what he said. Because we just will change every law. We will change this nation if you just do what I'm telling you to do. You ain't got to worry about the Democrats ever taking office again. It'll never be a fair election again. That's what he said out of his mouth this morning. Let's get to that. But I want you to understand something real quick. The word that J.D. Vance used. Okay, this is the word, painless. The word is painless, guys. You know what the meaning is like without pain, right? J.D. Vance uses this phrase. The president is doing everything he can to make it. Hold up, sorry about that. The president is doing everything he can to make it unpainless. So unpainless would mean that you're doing everything to bring pain. Because painless is without pain. Unpainless is with pain. That's what he said.
Words in your head.
Yeah, listen to him.
The shutdown painless. He's tried
I'm sorry about that,
to
guys.
make it as unpainless as
I'm sorry about that.
the shutdown painless. He's tried to do everything that he can to make it as unpainless as possible. He's tried to do everything that he can.
To make it unpainless. That means he's doing everything that he can to make it painful for you. Because painless is without pain. Unpainless is with pain. And J.D. Vance is a smart guy. He went to would he go to Harvard? So he know the words that he's using. He just said the president is doing everything that he can to make it unpainless. Unpainless means with pain. Painless means without pain. But unpainless, even if that's what the word he used, but that would mean the president is doing everything he can to harm you. That's what the phrase he just said. We'll listen to him again. Everybody know what painless means, without pain, but unpainless is with pain.
What exactly are we looking for? That us acts like snap as a thing, and we just think that
Just
it
listen.
causes people to be all spoiled, eating their. Explain that Trump is not making decisions to worsen the pain of the shutdown.
Suffering is going to get a lot worse. Not because the president of the United States has failed to make the shutdown painless. He's tried to do everything that he can to make it as unpainless as possible.
Did you hear what he just said? He's not trying to make it painless. He's trying to make it, excuse me, unpainless if possible. That means he is bringing the pain. And this guy, man, this guy, I don't think that man has been like to a grocery store. Maybe when he was a kid, maybe his mom and him used to take him to the grocery store back in the 40s. But I don't think that man been in the grocery store for the last 50, 60 years. Because he's screaming that you need ID to go to a grocery store and you need ID to go to the gas station. What grocery store you need ID at and what gas station? Because I don't want to have to show ID every time I go to those grocery stores. But that's what he said. You need ID at a gas station and you need ID for a grocery store. So why you don't need ID for everything else? I'm like, do he know you don't need ID at a grocery store and you don't need ID at a gas station? Unless you was writing a check or so. And people don't even, old people use checks. Nobody uses checks anymore. We're going to listen to this maniac, because that's what he is.
To put a one.
I just think, y'all following behind him. People, well, I'm not going to say y'all. People are following behind a man because he likes certain stuff. Did you see the new building he's gonna build? And I mean, it's not a building. It's like a bridge type thing. It's, you know what? Two things. I'm gonna have to say his name a little bit different because YouTube be funny about those type of people and saying these certain words. So I'm gonna say Mittler. You know who I'm talking about? Mittler in the 40s. Mittler. Mittler had two projects. Mittler, can you stop phone? See, I'm going to have to use the word Mittler instead of, because I don't know how YouTube would take it. But Mittler in the 40s, Mittler, he had two big projects that he built. One of them was a ballroom, and one of them was like a bridge. It's called something de Trump. It's like a bridge. Trump is building the same two things. He's calling it the Arc de Trump. You're building. See, and that's why I'm gonna call him a straight Yahtzee. You know what I mean by hello, hello. Yeah, call him a Yahtzee because if Hitler, well, Mittler built a ballroom and a bridge in his name before World War II, and Trump is building a ballroom and a bridge in his name. That's why you're doing similar things to Mittler. You're doing the same exact thing, the same projects that Mittler built, you're building. And then you claim you don't know nothing about this. Your wife said you used to have a book, Mein Kampf, about Mittler on your night table. His first wife said that. He used to read it. He used to read about Mittler. And all of this man is crazy. I understand. Listen, I'm all with it, guys. If you're gonna vote, you should have ID when you walk in there to vote. That's probably what you should be doing. I mean, I don't have a problem with that at all, But if you're gonna use that, you need ID in the grocery store and you need ID in the gas station. That's not a very good argument to use to say, well, we need ID for everything. Because you don't need ID at a grocery store and you don't need ID to go get gas at a gas station. So what is he talking about? That's what I want to know. What the hell is he somebody need to take Grandpa keys away. This is what he said. And then he's going to tell you how to read. He's holding a breakfast this morning. Well, he held a breakfast this morning. He's talking to them about getting rid of the filibuster so just the majority can write the laws, and they're going to change the laws so much that Democrats will never ever be able to win an election again. He said that out of his mouth. Just do what I'm telling you to do, and they'll never win again. That is crazy.
How much of the company do you own? 92.1%. I said, I'm glad you said the
This
one.
man is crazy.
I said, you're a rich guy. And he said, I'm investing $10 billion in the U.S. And you know what I'm talking about, right?
And see, that's another thing. When you get companies say, I'm going to invest $10 billion or $20 billion, you can't put that in the treasury because it's that you just saying you're going to invest. But Trump takes that statement. It's like the money is already here. It's like they already paid me the money. I got the money in the treasury. You don't. They just told you, hey, man, we're going to build something in the United States. It ain't happened yet, so why are you counting the money?
Mr. Senator, you introduced me originally when you were the ambassador to Japan. He's still good. He's still strong, but he had no interest in investing in this country. Now he's investing $10 billion as of 1 week ago in building new plants. We have auto plants coming in incredibly, but we have AI and all of them. And
I don't think he understands AI. Do you understand the automotive plants been using AI technology for years? That's why they got them little robo machines that the parts come down and you can just grab them and you put them where they need to go. That's AI technology. That's automated system. You can punch in new things and that thing can do new things. It can figure stuff out if it's aligned or not aligned. That's technology.
we can't be
AI technology.
to $1.5 trillion to
But
people
he
that came
thinking-
into the country illegally. Many
For
from
some reason, he thinks AI technology is just some new thing. I mean, I'm sorry about that, guys. As far as what they're talking about today, as far as, AI thinking for itself and answering questions. I mean, very hard questions. Or they can write a paper, write an essay. They can create pictures. I mean, it's a little bit different today, but
prisons, many drug dealers. A lot of people came in from mental institutions. They want to give a lot of money to the people that came in illegally. We have to get them out. We can't. No country can sustain.
He just said, see, this what don't make sense to me, guys. He just said, Democrats want to give a lot of money to these people. Stop phone, please. I'm on my phone today, guys. He said the Democrats wants to give a lot of money to these illegal people that's coming in across the border. Well, didn't you just give Argentina $40 billion while the government is shut down? People are losing. Well, you got the courts ordered you to pay half the money at least, but you didn't want to pay them nothing. This phone is getting on my nerves. I know it's getting on y'all nerves, but you didn't want to pay them that. You are an evil man. And like I say, J.D. Vance and what J.D. Vance said, and the way you told the Republicans not to even show up to make a deal with the Democrats, and then you want to blame it on the... Listen. I'm going to explain to you guys exactly why the Democrats don't want to sign that bill. It's this. When people are already getting notices, right, through the mail about their health care plan is going to go up, they already receiving it because at the end of the year it goes up. What the Democrats want to do, they want to assure their people and their constituents keep their health care. So they won't, that's going to be, the economy is already bad. Just think of, you're going to have to pick between medication or food. Or your health care plan or food. And well, I know I don't, because I remember back in April or May or something like that, they had a clean CR. They did the same thing, right? They appropriated money for certain things. And Trump told them, we're not paying for that. We're not paying for what the Democrats want. We're not even spending money on that, on what they want. So the Democrats don't trust them to say, you know what, we'll negotiate that later. Let's just do this now and we'll negotiate that later. You've been trying to get rid of Obamacare since you was the president last time. So why would we trust you to negotiate on anything like that? I got concepts of a plan looking ass. No, you just want to you know what? There's a demon from mythical times, I guess it's mythical times, but his name is Apophis. Apophis is like the god of chaos. Boy, everywhere this man goes, it's chaos. If he on a trip to Japan, if it's Zelensky coming to the White House, if it's just always, every day you wake up, there's always something with this man. Always something with this man. And I don't understand how people could support it. It's like, don't your president ever go to sleep? Don't he supposed to be running the nation instead of tweeting at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning? Don't he ever go to bed?
Saying that that's not like an attack on our country. No country, these are not going to be productive people. These are going to be anti-productive people. And we can all have big hearts. I have a bigger heart than anybody, but we can't let that happen. It's time for Republicans to do what they have to do, and that's terminate the filibuster. It's the only...
You heard what he said? It's time to do it. See, he wants total control. Total control. It's time to terminate the filibuster when Democrats or Republicans in the House and the Senate don't want to do that. But he's ordering them to do it because they got to do it now. They might, and he's talking about doing it before the end of the day.
Anybody, but we can let that happen. It's time for Republicans to do what they have to do, and that's terminate the filibuster. It's the only way you can do it. And if you don't terminate the filibuster, you'll be in bad shape. We won't pass any legislation. There'll be no legislation passed for 3 1/4. We have 3 1/4 years, so that's a long time. But when they can't do an extension, And John, I think they've done an extension every single time they've ever been asked forever. This is the first time they haven't done an extension.
Because you withholding money
They won't do
from
an
people.
extension, they won't do any bill, even a simple bill.
We don't trust you.
And we should do our own bills. We should get out, we should do our own bills. We should open up, we should start tonight with the country's open, congratulations. Then we should pass voter ID. We should pass no mail-in voting. We should pass all the things that we want to pass, make our elections secure and safe, because California is a disaster. Many of the states are disasters.
And you know what? You see, you know why? See, this is the thing, and this is this is a cheat right here. How can you blame? See, California also had an election last night. It wasn't for like a seat or anything like that, but it was called Prop 50. Prop 50, the voters came out in California, so it's either yes, you either vote yes or no. Yes for Prop 50 means yes to redistrict California and get 5 extra seats. It passed. Trump is talking about that. California is a disaster because of what they did. They picked up 5 extra seats. Didn't you call? See, I live in Texas. You called up Governor Abbott here and told him to do the same thing. You started it. You started it and don't want to play fair. That's your problem. And you started and don't want to play fair. That man said he gonna do everything he wanna do.
But can you imagine when they vote almost unanimously against voter ID?
That's full power, guys. Full
You
fascism.
have to give ID. You go to a gas station, you give ID. But for voting, they want no voter ID. It's only for one reason, because they cheat. We would pass that in
I wonder-
15 minutes.
Can I ask?
If you don't
Let me
get
ask the
it,
chat.
You'll never pass that. You'll never.
Let me ask the chat. When you go to the gas station and you walk in, do they ask you for ID? Trump says they do.
But if they won't do an extension, they won't do any bill, even a simple bill. And we should do our own bills. We should get out, we should do our own bills. We should open up, we should start tonight with the country's open, congratulations. Then we should pass voter ID. We should pass no mail-in voting. We should pass all the things that we want to pass, make our elections secure and safe, because California is a disaster. Many of the states are disasters. But can you imagine when they vote almost unanimously against voter ID? All we want is voter ID. You go to a grocery store, you have to give ID. You go to a gas station, you give ID. But for voting, they want no voter ID. It's only for one reason, because they cheat. We would pass that in 15 minutes. If you don't get it, you'll never pass that. You'll never talk about mail-in ballots. Mail-in ballots make it automatically corrupt. If you have mail-in ballots, automatically it's correct. Even Jimmy Carter.
See, this is the thing. What this dude, he uses things to terrorize people, or, you know, I get it for his supporters. It's like they think, why would the president lie to me? Why would he's the president? Why would he lie to me? Well, I'll give you one reason, because he's a con man. Sorry about that, because he's a con man. That's why one reason he would lie to you. But, like, I'm going to recap, guys. He's telling the Republicans to get rid of the filibuster. So that means instead of, come on, phone, stop. Sorry about that, guys. Needing 218 votes in the Senate to pass a law, or to send it to the, in the House to send it to the Senate, you need 218 votes as of right now. If you get rid of the filibuster, the majority decides and they just do what they want to without anybody else. So that means they don't have to ask the Democrats for anything. They can just pass what they want to pass and do what they want to do. That's what Trump is ordering the Republican Party to do right now. Get rid of the filibuster. You'll be in, you are the majority. You'll be able to pass any law that you want to without even asking the Democrat. He's ordering them to do it today. They're in a meeting right now, and Trump is telling them to do it now. Listen, you can listen to what he's saying.
Want to give a lot of money when they can do an extension. And John, I think they've done an extension.
Let me get to the part I had to read.
This is disasters. But can you imagine when they vote almost unanimously against voter ID?
I don't know what I don't know what he's talking about. We'll get to that part, but when he's talking about voter ID, I'm with voter ID. But the things that you're saying that's happening is not happening. You know, there's we have 300 million plus Americans, 320 million, somewhere around there. Out of everybody who votes in that election, if you find 15 cases out of everybody who voted, that's not that bad. Out of hundreds of millions of vote, 15 frauds, that is, listen, the Constitution does not allow anybody who is not a U.S. citizen to vote. So if you come across the border and you get over here and there's an election, you just can't just stand in line and vote. It doesn't work that way. You have to have a social security number. You have to have all of these type of things to vote, because they're going to want to know all of that. Immigrants don't have social security numbers. They don't. They don't get them. Citizens have social security numbers, but immigrants don't. But one thing they do, when they get paid out of their check, they pay into the social security program and don't get any. When they retire, they have to save up everything they got, because they don't get social security back like we do. They pay into the system but don't receive anything out of the system. See, that's how that works for immigrants.
We should get out. We should do a road bills. We should open up. We should start tonight with the country's open. Congratulations. Then we should pass voter ID. We should pass no mail-in voting. We should pass all the things that.
You heard what he said, no mail-in voting, but he voted mail-in voted every time he voted. Every time Trump votes, it's mail-in voting. He can do it, but you can't do it. See, that's the thing about him. I've been doing it for years and damn near decades. That's what Trump does. But you can't do that, because I think it's corrupt when you do it. But when I do it, it's fine.
We want to best make our elections secure and safe, because California is a disaster. Many of the states are disasters. But can you imagine when they vote almost unanimously against voter ID? All we want is voter ID. You go to a grocery store, you have to give ID. You go to a gas station, you give ID. But for voting, they want no voter.
And like I said, what
ID.
grocery store and gas station you go to, that when you go in there, you have to have ID. This man is out of touch with reality, or he's living in the 50s or 60s or something, because you don't need ID at a gas station or a grocery store. But he's lying to you. No, unless you want us to have ID when we walk in, unless that's what you're trying to make it. I don't know.
It's only for one reason, because they cheat. We would pass that in 15 minutes. If you don't get it, you'll never pass that. You'll never talk about mail-in ballots. Mail-in ballots make it automatically corrupt. If you have mail-in ballots, automatically it's correct.
Mail-in ballots is automatically corrupt, but he votes mail-in ballot every time. It's rules for thee, but not for me.
Jimmy Carter, they had the Carter Commission after he got out of office, and he had a group of very distinguished people, Democrats and Republicans, and they passed, they recommended things take place. It was a long time ago. And they said about mail-in ballots, if there is mail-in ballots, there will definitely be corruption, because they pass through too many hands. I mean, you go in to vote, and they want you. Even me, I went into Palm Beach.
I want to ask Trump a question. I asked him. I would just raise my hand right now, and say, Mr. President, since you won this election, was this election corrupt too, or was it just fine? That would be my question to him. It's corrupt when he loses, but it's just fine when he wins. When the job numbers are good, when the job numbers are good, come on, phone. When the job numbers are good, he comes on TV praising the job numbers. Well, but when they're bad, he fired the person who gave him the job numbers. That man is, I don't
You
know.
go to vote, they want your card, you're this, you're that. They say, I'm sorry to do this, sir, but I have to look at your identification. I said, that's all right. I love that. But you know, you're really not going to get away with much. It was very, very professional and very good, and the way it's supposed to be. But these people don't want that. They have
Oh, and that's another thing. I don't know how your guys how you vote and where you live at, but in Texas we already got that secure as far as voter ID. When you walk in to vote in Texas, you have to have your ID because that little strip on the back, they're gonna swipe it through the system and it's gonna tell you if you're green or red. Green means you're eligible. I can't even say it. Eligible to vote, and red means you're not. So we already know, we already got that in Texas already. You have to have your ID when you show up to the line because they have to swipe it through the system. So I don't understand what's going on in everybody else's state, but we already have it. We've been had that. The last two, like 3-4 times I didn't voted, yeah, we had that system. So I don't know. Every state is
in
different.
California where it's illegal to ask somebody for voter ID. If you ask somebody for voter ID, if you're an official and you say, I'd like to see your voter ID, they can arrest you. Okay?
He's lying. He is lying. He. You know, this dude is the most untruthful person I've ever seen in my life, and he's the president. You know, it's like he just make up stories just right out of his head.
Because they want to cheat. And they get away with it.
You're the biggest cheat, and you're the one that's getting away with it.
Get away with it. And we won't do that if we have the filibuster. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. And we're going to see if we can sway, because I know we have a lot of, we've done a lot, I'd say half feel this way, maybe a little bit less than half. And it's time to have a really good talk. If I thought that they weren't going to pass the filibuster, I wouldn't even bring it up. They're going to pass it within the first hour, and if they take power, and it's more likely that they take power if we don't do it, because we're not going to be passing any legislation. They're not going to approve anything. We're going to go 3 to 40 years. There won't be one bill that we're going to pass. Because the easiest thing to pass is exactly right now what they won't pass. And they'll do that, and they'll wreak havoc. But let's assume they get it. They're doing it anyway, so it wouldn't matter. They're doing it anyway. And, you know, I have a case where I have great U.S. attorneys that can't be approved because of the blue slips. The blue slips, I think you should turn marks, top of his class, everything was perfect.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And it was flawless, everything went good, the stock went through the roof and everything. I asked him to go to the Southern District, and he said, "I'll do what you'd like to do, sir." Okay, the Kamikazes.
Yeah, they're gonna get rid of the filibuster. I'm gonna have to watch this and get back to you. Because if they get rid of the filibuster, then Trump has all the power he needs. He has all the power he needs. And then if you can even look it up, one of his buddies
National Economic Security
now owns Dominion voting machines. That's crazy. So I wonder what they're gonna do with that. You just said in that interview that if they get rid of the filibuster and do what he wants them to do, if they do what he wants them to do, then they'll never lose power again. They don't have to worry about no more elections. They'll change the laws where Democrats will never take power again. That's what he said. He's gonna go talk to him about. It's the takeover. They are talking about the takeover as we speak. How they're going to do it. First, they want the filibuster gone. That's what Trump wants. But the Republican Party as a whole do not want to touch that. But he's gonna threaten them. Well, I bet you some cuss word slanging in that meeting right now. He said by the end of the day, we're gonna do it. So that's all I got for you guys right now.